Harry.
Right, Michael, thank you. Just before I start, I need to leave at 10:30. I've got my second vaccine at Ravenscraig, so that's extremely important. I don't want to delay that. So, Councillor Alec McVeigh will take over at 10:30. We're still here. Okay, any declarations of interest?
I do, Chair.
Oh,
sorry.
Trevor.
I have 3 of them, all relating to the same company. Application 20-01224 FUL, 20-01229 FUL, and 20-01233 FUL. A member of my family rents land off them at a different area of North Lanarkshire, so I thought I'd just remember myself.
Fine, Trevor, thanks. Any apologies, Mark?
Yeah, I've got apologies from Councillors Sophia Coyle and Councillor Watson. Councillor Graham had put in a tentative, so if he's not at the meeting, I'll put an apology for Councillor Graham too.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll go straight to the plan applications. The first one is page 8 to 8, from pages 8 to 19, and it's Cavendish Homes, Glenboig Limited, 13 dwellings with access road, parking and amenity space, site south of Glenboig Gardens, Marnock, Glenboig, and the recommendation is grant.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Chair, I've put my name in the chat bar.
Oh, have you? Oh, sorry, I've not got the chat bar up. Sorry, Michael.
Okay, Chair, before I start, I'll need to apologise to the committee for known reasons. The house next door to me is having some work done to it today, so you might hear some interference, noise background. I've tried moving to the east and west wings of my house, but unfortunately you can still hear the noise there. These stately homes in Glenboig. Anyway, Chair, can I draw your attention to this? This application has been rumbling about for some time now, and I've got to say the amount of representations, if you go to 7 on the representations on the report, you'll see a large amount of representations from the community and the surrounding areas for this application. And I've got to say at the outset, for 13 houses in the whole scale of things, in the Glenboig Gartcosh community growth area, you might find this to be overwhelming for this amount of houses, but it has stirred up a lot of unrest in the area. And as a local member, it's been very difficult not to comment on this, but I can assure you, Chair, I haven't commented on it, but I intend to do so today. So reading through the report, the main thing that sticks out to me, I'm not going to get caught up in the usual things, because it'd be absolutely nonsensical to bring in amenities when we've granted permission for 535 houses along the road not that long ago. There's a circuit of 200 houses getting built in the same area right now. So I'm not going to go down that road. What I'm going to go down is highlight the facts from 7.1 to 7.5, 7.6 in the report, 7.7 even. You've got the community absolutely speaking out here, with representations of the petitions, online petitions, and the amount of emails and representation I've had in this one is absolutely humongous and compared to any other applications in our community growth area. So I would like to ask the questions on specifically 7.4 and 7.5, where the Ducks Walk, which is a local nature leads into local nature reserve. The Ducks Walk's been there for hundreds of years, and I would like to ask what consideration was actually given to that, and what also for the access and egress to this site, what consideration was given to moving it to the other side of the road onto the new junction, onto a new junction of the new Glenboig Link Road. Can I have the questions answered, please, Chair? Thank you.
Certainly. Is it yourself, Graham?
It is indeed, Convener. With respect to, well, I'll answer the second question first, if I may. in terms of securing access to a development site from the link road, that's just not a practical or realistic option in terms of from a transportation point of view, because that's been put in as a main distributor route. So there's, there should be no direct access from that route. So Glenburn Gardens was looked at in terms of being the access point for this development, and throughout the whole course of the application, the impact that it was going to have on the core path has been a key consideration for us in planning, but also for our colleagues in roads. And to secure an access to the site that satisfied our colleagues in roads took a considerable amount of effort and energy on everybody's part to secure a design of a junction that met the needs of the development, but also recognised that the core path there. So in short, there's to be it's like a modern traffic calming element that will be installed in Glenburn Gardens, and access will be taken to this development from that. It's like a raised kind of speed table. But the other thing that will happen off the back of this development is that there will then be public footway around all sides of the Glenburn Gardens. Now, I'm sure as a local member you'll be aware that at the present there's only footway on one side of Glenburn Gardens. So there is an argument that through the formation of this new speed calming measure and footways round either side, that the people using the Ducks Walk will actually be in a safer position, because at the moment when you exit the Ducks Walk onto Glenburn Gardens, it's a bit vague and there is just footway on one side.
Got your answer, Michael? Are you happy with that, or do you want?
I'm happy with that just now, Chair. Thank you.
Well, the recommendation is grant. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Chair, can I come in? Chair, I'd like to make a counter proposal. I'd like to make a proposal that we refuse this on the grounds that that the principal. Sorry, did somebody say something? Right. I move refusal on the grounds of the principal policy covering this site, HCF 2A and HCF 2A1 have not been met. So I move a refuse on this because we've had 177 letters of representation, a petition signed by 168 signatures. We've had a further 185 letters of representation, neighbour notification, and we've had a petition with 570 signatures upon it. Now, I've kept my mouth shut on this. I've been very, very guarded in what I've said. This is the time to speak up for the community. The community is speaking out here, and I move refuse on this. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Second, Councillor Anderson. Can I take that the motion to refuse would become the amendment and the motion is grant? Okay, is that fine?
Agreed.
So, Mark, you want to take us through the voting, please?
Can I get somebody to move grant of the application, convener?
I'll move the grant.
Councillor McVeigh.
I'm taking it.
Councillor McVeigh and Councillor Shields.
That's fine. So just to clarify, for those members present, motion is to grant, amendment is to refuse. So I'll just go through the elected members one by one. So firstly, Councillor Anderson.
Amendment.
Councillor Beveridge.
Motion.
Councillor Burgess.
Motion.
Councillor Michael Coyle.
Motion.
Councillor Sophia Coyle is an apology. Councillor Curran.
Motion.
Councillor Douglas.
Amendment.
Councillor Goldsack, I think, was trying to get on. I'm not sure if he is on yet. Don't see Councillor Goldsack on. Councillor Graham's. Oh, Councillor Goldsack's just joined the meeting, so I'll give him a type. Just a second. Councillor Goldsack, we're having a vote in relation to the first application. Are you able to form a view? There's a motion to grant and there's an amendment to refuse.
I'd like to refuse. I've read up on it. I've visited.
That's fine. Councillor Graham is not on the meeting. Councillor Catherine Johnston.
Amendment.
Councillor Tom Johnston.
Grant.
Councillor Kelly.
Motion.
Councillor Lennon, I don't see on the meeting. Councillor Logue.
Motion.
Councillor McGregor. I don't see on the meeting. Councillor McGowan.
Amendment.
Councillor McLaren.
Motion.
Councillor McManus.
Motion.
Councillor McPake.
Amendment.
Councillor McVeigh.
Motion.
Councillor Quigley.
Motion.
Councillor Redding.
Motion.
Councillor Shields.
Motion.
And finally, Councillor Stubbs.
Abstain.
Abstain. Following the vote, colleagues, the motion has attracted 13 votes. The amendment has attracted 6 votes, and there's been 1 abstention, so the application is granted.
Thank you very much. Next application, pages 20 to 31. It's PG Sterling Limited, ID Makelum Trust. And it's approval of matters specified in conditions 1, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 31, 32 of application 13/02079/PPP. And it's for phase 1 of the Moss End International Rail Freight Park related to the expansion of the railhead with additional rail sidings, infrastructure access and landscaping at Moss End Railhead, Rima Road, Belfill, and the recommendation is grant. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
The next 3 are basically very similar. Pages 32 to 38, 39 to 45, and 46 to 52. And they're single dwelling houses with detached garage site at North and South Road, Bellside, Clellander, Frontier Homes Scotland Limited. The recommendation for the 3 application is grant. Is that agreed, or does anyone want any questions in the individual application?
Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you. Similar, the next 3 are very similar as well. Pages 53 to 64, 65 to 73, and 74 to 82. And they are dwelling in detached garage with ancillary accommodation, plot 1 of consent, Billiter Golf Club, Glen Douglas Drive, Craig Marlett, Cumbernauld. They're from Gales Development Limited. The recommendation is grant. Agree the recommendation for the 3? Are there any questions?
Agreed.
Great. Thank you very much. Pages 83 to 93 are AMS Associates. Reprofiling of the former quarry, including importation of inert waste to form coarse fishery. Section 42 application to amend condition 1 of permission 16/02009/full to extend the time frame for completion by further 7 years. And it's at Springbank Quarry, Step End Road, Airdrie, and the recommendation is grant. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Last item on the agenda is Colesium Lennox Estate. Its inclusion in Scotland's inventory of gardens and designed landscapes, pages 95 to 97. Got a copy of the report. Do we agree with the recommendations?
Agreed.
Great. Right. Thanks very much for your attendance. I'll not be late for my appointment, and thank you.
Vote thanks, Chair.
Thank you.